Welcome back to Thoughts Matter. Joining me is Martin McCorkle, and we are continuing in our discussion of swimming with the sharks and addressing aggressive arguments. We'll go with one of those.
Okay.
And we've covered two offensive techniques so far. So the first one was ask lots of questions, and the second is make good use of satire. So Martin, would you like to introduce the third technique?
Yes, this is, it's one of my favorites, but it's got a time and place. And it's what I call expose the tactic. It is where you as an arguer, while the argument is happening, expose what your opponent is doing. And make it part of the conversation.
Yeah, just put it on the table.
So we'll do one out of Facebook and one for a college professor environment.
Mm-hmm.
I sparred with a guy for many years who just constantly did ad hominem. He did it every time. And so I started to call him out. So I'd say something like, well, today I want to talk about, immigration or something. And he'd fire back, well, you're heartless. You don't care about people. And then, I had done the agree thing many times. And so what I started to do then was I'd say, oh, here he goes again. He's attacking me and avoiding the issue. I'm wondering, could we ever actually talk about immigration and then put the guy's name, Dan, Sophie, whatever, so that the people reading the text can actually see what is happening.
Right.
Just lift above it and say, oh, you're using ad hominem again. And I actually would explain to people, from time to time I would say, ad hominem is Latin, it means to the person. It's what people do when they have bad arguments and they can't address your content, so they go after you. And I explain it. And I don't know how many people say, oh man, that happens to me all the time. So expose the tactic, okay? That's at the Facebook level. Now at the college level, go back to the professor trying to get you to be the teacher.
The teacher, right?
Okay. Which is what they're going to do to take you down. So you don't take that bait, right?
And again, just to recap, that's when they're trying to set you up as the authority on an issue and
Right.
trying to make you teach when
That's right.
when you're in a classroom setting, it's not a fair fight at all. The teacher has the stage and they can cut you off at any time, so it's not a fight that you need to engage in.
No.
So review that video if you haven't seen it yet. It's a good video on make the teacher teach.
Yes.
If you're in a classroom setting, don't try to be the teacher.
Exactly. Never accept an authority role. Just be the questioner, not the answer guy.
Exactly.
So, in a situation where the professor is trying to get you to be the answer guy, Martin, you had those good comments yesterday. What about this today? No, I'm the student. You're the teacher. Well, we really need to hear from you. You had good things to say. No. I'm good. Oh, come on now. Then you could go to silence, or you can expose the tactic. You could just say, I'd sort of look around at the class and say, do you get the feeling he wants me to teach this class? What do
And
you
then
think?
even bring up why you think he might be doing that.
Or you could look at the professor and say, why do you want me to be an authority? You're the teacher. Why do you want me to do this? Or you can go further and say, I think the only reason you're interested in hearing me is because you're setting me up to be made a fool of. And then be quiet.
I like that last one the best. I think
There you
being
go.
direct is
Absolutely.
always appropriate.
Yeah.
Um,
It's honest, it's direct.
yeah.
But again, these are tactics. And every classroom is going to have a different feel. Every event is going to have a different feel. So expose the tactic. Lift the conversation out of content and start to talk about how people are actually arguing.
Right.
Either say, hey, there's ad hominem again, that's all you got. Or say, you're trying to draw me into an authority position so you can take me out later on. Expose the tactic.
Thank you, Martin.
Here you go.